Harbor Freight took their most viral tool, the meme tool, and they made it bigger. But did they make it better? I hunted down the brand new Icon 1/4 inch drive, compact, locking flex head, socket, and bit ratchet set before it even hit the shelves. And I'm putting it head to head against the OG meme tool and a $20 Amazon knockoff so that you can decide which one is right for you. And I didn't just stop at one. Oh no, I bought 2 of these bad boys. One we're gonna open right now and torture test. The other one's gonna stay brand new in the box, and I'm gonna give it away to one of you who likes, comments, and subscribes. As usual, the links for all the tools in this video are down below in the description. This set costs a whopping $80. Here's the receipt. It's a 52-piece set, item number 70695. Coming in at half of that price is the original meme tool, the 35-piece Icon bit and ratchet set at $40, item number 58074. And coming in at half of that price is the Amazon 22-piece bit ratchet set. This comes from a new brand called Conquer. I found it to be pretty tough for the $20 price tag. Thought I'd throw it in just for fun. All 3 of these sets are made in Taiwan. All 3 of these sets use S2 steel for the bits. All 3 of these sets use chrome vanadium for the ratchet and extensions, but only the Icon sets come with that signature Harbor Freight lifetime warranty. That's something I absolutely love about Icon. You can use it, abuse it, and have a replacement for it in the time it takes you to drive to a Harbor Freight store. You definitely pay extra for that, but if you use your tools a lot, I think it's worth it. Let's open this bad boy up and see what's inside. This is a no-skip. Oh, we'll get to that later. This is a no-skip socket set. That is super important to me. It comes with 10 SAE sizes, 3/16 through 9/16, and 11 metric sizes, 5 through 14 millimeters. That's pretty much every size that a 1/4 inch drive can handle. The box says these are thin wall, shallow sockets to fit even the most difficult fasteners. Translation, these bad boys are for getting in there. They're also made out of an upgraded chrome molybdenum that's a step up from the chrome vanadium ratchet and extensions. These chrome molybdenum sockets are designed for higher impact and more torque. So in theory, the ratchet and extensions would break before the sockets do. This set also includes 24 bits, all made of sturdy S2 steel. That's 7 Torx sizes 10 through 40, 5 hex metric bits sizes 3 through 7 millimeters, 3 hex SAE sizes, 3 Phillips, 3 slotted, and 3 Posidrive. Surprisingly, this is a downgrade from the smaller OG meme tool, which has 32 bits. So this has 8 less bits in total. The new meme tool is missing 4 smaller Torx bits, sizes 6 through 9. It's missing the hex metric sizes 1.5, 2, 2.5, and 8, and it's missing the 1/8 inch SAE hex size. But it has an extra slotted size. That's a lot to take in, so pause now. Here's a chart. Now let's take a look at the biggest difference between these 2 sets, the ratchets. The new ratchet is just a little bit bigger, and it comes with a square 1/4 inch drive instead of a hex bit drive. As a reminder, the OG meme tool accepts bits directly into the ratchet, and it doubles as a traditional 1/4 inch socket ratchet. It has a 4 inch extender for screws and nuts in tight places. It can also become a screwdriver, a nut driver, a long screwdriver, a long nut driver, a T-handle screwdriver, and a T-handle nut driver. In my opinion, the ratchet that comes with the new set is the biggest downgrade of the package. That's not to say that it's not still worth it, but I really liked how shallow the bits fit into this old ratchet. You could really get into tight places with that. The new ratchet requires an adapter for bits. That's a 1 inch difference. My guess is that the Harbor Freight design team was afraid the old bit ratchet design would be too brittle to use with a stuck nut and socket, so they went with a standard square anvil drive. But that also means you can't use it with a T-handle. There's no hole there for that extender piece to go through and create a T-handle. That was one of the coolest features of the OG meme tool in my opinion. No one had ever done that before. And when you've got a stuck screw, that extra T-handle torque really does the job. In place of the T-handle, we get this spinner handle, and I've got to give them props on the comfort grip. It's grippy, it's comfy. I'm not big on comfort grip. I like bare metal, but if I was big on comfort grip, this would be the one I wanted. It also has a square 1/4 inch drive, so your sockets can fit directly on there, or you can use this adapter for your bits. I don't think this is gonna give you as much torque as the T-handle, but it's probably pretty close. In most situations, you could apply extra torque by using this ratchet setup with a bit, or even more leverage by using this 4 inch handle extender, but this part's kinda weird. On the OG meme tool, this thing had a lot of uses. On the new set, it can basically only be used as a handle extender. Technically, you could use it with the bit adapter, but that's the same thing as this. Both of these are 4 inches long. It's just a matter of putting the adapter here or putting the adapter here. And I guess if you really needed a skinny screwdriver, you could use it here, but most of the time you're gonna be using your spinner handle as a screwdriver. You've also got a shorter 2-inch drive extension and a universal joint adapter with not 1, but 2 points of articulation. This thing is more flexible than my morals on sponsorships. This video is sponsored by Ryobi. If you use tools once a year and don't mind having 9 fingers, make sure to check out the new Ryobi table saw. Just kidding. A couple other notable differences. The case is about double the size of the old one. It's 6.5 by 4 instead of 5 by 2.5. The new one is 2 inches deep. The old one is 1.25 inches deep. It has a nice label on the front, so if you have a lot of these icon sets, you can tell it apart. The latch is a little bigger. It has 3 grabby bits instead of the 2 grabby bits on the original. And the bit organizers are on this cool springy system that tilts up and down when you open and close it for easy grabbing. The last cool thing that I noticed is that all the sockets and accessories are labeled on the case, so if you accidentally pull them out, you know exactly where they're supposed to go back. While I was doing the unboxing, I found a few things that I didn't like. I'm gonna share those with you now. Number 1, the hinge on the box is a little wonky. It didn't really close as easily as the last one. Number 2, when you hold the box upside down, some of the pieces fall out. Not all of them are completely snug. Number 3, all of the extensions and the spinner handle have a little bit of a wobble to them. Honestly, kind of a lot of a wobble to them. That doesn't really feel like $80 quality to me. I feel like they should have done a little better. Maybe there's a reason for that I don't know. If you know it, drop in the comments. And last but not least, the adapter that goes from square to a bit drive was really hard to put a bit into. Maybe I just need some practice, but I've definitely used easier. Now that's the difference in specs and prices, but specs don't really matter. What really matters is the use case. This thing is $80. Is it actually worth the money for you and your use case? Let's talk about how you might actually use this thing in real life compared to the original. I have 2 of the original meme tools. One goes in my truck glove box for on-the-go fixes. I can tell you right now, if your glove box looks anything like mine, the new one is a no-go. You might have room under your seat somewhere. To be fair, I could definitely see this as a useful on-the-go tool set if you have room for it. My other OG meme tool is a workbench princess. It stays in my mini toolbox on the workbench for when I'm working on small things like fishing reels and electronics. I've got a whole video about this mini toolbox build and its Lego organization trays inside. If that interests you, I'll put a link at the end of this video. To be honest, I don't think this new meme tool would be a good workbench tool set. Why use this when your entire socket and bit collection are within arm's reach? However, I do think this Conquer one is decent for the workbench if you're looking for a smaller, cheaper option. It's the same quality metal and it comes with a foam organizer that's built for a workbench setup. Conquer also makes this little double-sided ratchet. On one side, it's a low-profile bit ratchet. On the other side, it's a square 1/4 inch drive for your sockets. It's basically the icon ratchet from both meme tools combined into one. I've got something similar to the new icon set in my everyday carry bag, or as my mom calls it, my man purse. And here I've got a Leatherman that does everything the meme tools do, except probably not as smoothly. I've got a Leatherman bit set and the LGBTQ Pittsburgh socket set. My man purse is stuffed to the max, so size does matter to me, and you can see the size comparison of these 2 setups here. The icon set is definitely easier to use, but the Leatherman also has pliers, a saw, and a knife. I only use my EDC tools when something breaks while I can't access my regular tools, which isn't all the time, so I'm okay with them being a little more difficult to use in exchange for more tools in a smaller space. So with size in mind, I think I'll stick with my Leatherman setup, but if you carry an EDC tool bag, this new icon set might be a good fit for you. It just depends on the amount of room you have in your bag. Now here's the use case where I think this new icon set absolutely shines. In the garage, around the house, and on the work site. Let's say I'm working on my boat in the driveway, I've got a bolt to remove but I don't know the size. I can run back and forth to my toolbox grabbing the wrong size socket 5 times, or I can grab this once, have all the socket sizes and tools I need to remove that bolt on the first trip. Same thing with assembling IKEA furniture around the house, mounting a TV, or if you're a general handyman at someone else's house. At the workbench, you have all your tools in arm's reach, but away from the workbench, this can save you a lot of time. Now this next part is going to hurt my soul. We know the specs, we know the use cases, but what about the quality? I'm gonna take this $80 tool set that I've been ever so patiently waiting on for years and abuse it for you guys so you can see how it compares to the original. Let's start with some basic tests and work our way up to the extreme. Test number 1, the teeth count and angle test. One thing Harbor Freight does not advertise is how many teeth are in this ratchet. The more teeth, The tighter of an area you can work in because it needs less space to ratchet. Here I've got all 3 of my ratchets on my free zone bit pegboard. I'm gonna spin them all just barely so that I hear 1 click. That's 1 tooth engaged. The amount of space the bottom of the handle requires to move 1 click is the amount of space you need to engage the ratchet in a confined area. The new icon clicked in about 10 degrees, the old icon clicked in about 14 degrees, and the conker clicked in about 10 degrees. That means the original meme tool lost this test and probably has less teeth in it. Next, I'm gonna count the amount of clicks for a 360-degree turn. That's how many teeth each one of these has. The more teeth, the better. The new meme tool has 72 teeth. The old meme tool only has 60 teeth. And the conker also has 72 teeth. As expected, that's another L for the old meme tool. Test number 2, using a slotted bit as a pry bar. I'm not proud of it, but I've done it. If you say you haven't done it, you're a liar. First up, we've got the new meme tool, and we're gonna be using this to lift my washer. Call that a success. Next up, we've got the OG meme tool, the old one. I'd say it's good. Last up, we've got this little baby conker guy. I don't even know how I'm gonna get the leverage to do this, but I'm gonna give it my best shot. Ooh. Hurt the washer, didn't hurt the bit ratchet. It's fine. All 3 of them passed that test, so let's move on to something a little bit more difficult. Can this baby ratchet remove a lug nut from my truck without snapping? My Tacoma uses a 21mm lug nut size, so I have to use this ridiculous adapter setup to even try this. Let's give it a shot. I started with the new icon ratchet and I couldn't get enough leverage, so I added the handle from the old icon ratchet, and well, shit. My adapter broke before the ratchet did. Just to be clear, this is not an icon adapter. This is some random no-name garage goblin that I've had laying around for years. On one hand, this kind of ruins the test, but on the other hand, I am genuinely impressed. A solid chunk of metal snapped before this tiny flex head ratchet did. And when you consider all the moving parts inside this thing, the gear teeth, the flex hinge, the locking mechanism, this ratchet had way more excuses to break, but it didn't. Unfortunately, we may never know if this thing can remove a lug nut because I don't have another adapter. If you liked this video, don't forget, I'm giving away a brand new, unopened XL meme tool to someone who likes, comments, and subscribes. You can find the links to any of the tools in this video down below in the description. My name's Colin, this is Gritwork. Thank you for watching.